Hello, and thank you for attending today's meeting. Today I'll be presenting my findings and recommendations based on my expert evaluation of the Triad Corporate Benefits Web Experience. To kick us off, I conducted a heuristic evaluation of the Triad Corporate Benefits web portal. I identified two major usability violations and one minor bug. And today we're going to start with the major violations as these have the most impact on the KPIs that we'll be tracking. The first one occurs on the Manage Education's Applications page. So to set some context, the user at this stage is trying to submit a claim for their tuition reimbursement. Now, as you can see, the page is directing the user to use the action icons in the grid below to view their application status, edit or draft their applications, or create a claim from an approved application. Now you can see that this application status is in the approved state, but there is no green plus icon to add documents for their claim. This is a violation of a match between the system and the real world, as the user is expecting to be able to add claims here, and the dialog does not yield any closure. So for our redesign, we've chosen to match the mental model of being able to add/attach via this green plus icon, and we've included this in the experience. So now the dialog is also rephrased to yield closure. The text is now affirmative rather than parenthetical. So solving this major usability violation will reduce the number of customer service contacts and increase our gross margins. Really compelling. The second major violation occurs on the Add New Claims page. For context here, the user must essentially guess what the necessary documents are in order to be eligible for reimbursement here. But as you can see, there's no progress bar that's tracking the necessary documentation that is required for approval. So this violates principles of visibility of system status and help in documentation. The user has no indication as to what the required documents are. Furthermore, on part 2, after submitting the naturally insufficient documentation, the user is redirected to an entirely different page to be able to submit these supplementary documents. So the error message is very ineffective, and at this point, users begin getting stressed and frustrated. So for our redesign, the redesign guides users through the process by removing the learning curve and essentially abiding by the principle of recognition over recall. So now we're solving two problems with one by essentially creating this visual separation that works as a requirements field and a progress bar to track progression through this upload process. So improving this experience will increase first-time success rates for users, which will encourage repeat use. Lastly, the minor bug that we've captured is on the Message Center notifications page. So you can see that the context here is that the user is trying to clear these unnecessary and duplicative notifications. The screen shows intention, but it's essentially a broken experience because there's no way to actually select a message to take advantage of the mark selected as read. The drop-down arrows, they don't present any usable information, nor does it allow you to actually select the notification itself. So this is a violation of minimalist and aesthetic design through the repeat notifications, and the flexibility and efficiency of use is lacking here. So for our redesign, we've improved the user experience for frequent and infrequent users by increasing the flexibility to selectively choose which messages you want to delete, and also adding accelerators for frequent users who can have a lot of notifications in their queue if they're using on a weekly or daily basis. So solving this will increase the customer satisfaction and overall brand image. An approval of these updates will enable to track all of our KPIs, first-time success, customer service contacts, and end user net promoter score. Any questions?